another update on the M113. The main hull and what have you, all together, all finished. All the little fiddly bits that like pinging off and breaking and stuff like that are all on. The reason I say breaking, because if you see these bits here, these U-shapes. Now these had 5 connection points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And no matter how gently I was trying to cut them off with my knife, one of them broke. This one didn't, but it was still fiddly to clean up, and I still just noticed I've not cleaned it up the best I can. Same with this point in here. That luckily didn't break, but it bent. And a couple of other pieces that broke as I was trying to cut them off. These, because the sprue gates where it actually joins is as thick and as solid, as you've probably seen through the other videos, as the rest of the sprue. It's not any smaller or anything like that. It doesn't go down to a point or anything, so it makes it a nightmare to actually cut. But that being said, that is the main hull all sorted. So now we're moving on to the turret. And just before I started this video, because I didn't want it to go all Pete Tong on video, I decided to drill out. I don't know if you got to see that. Focus. I've just drilled out with my pin vise and some little drill bits. I'm not taking it anymore because they might break it, so at least it's drilled out a little bit. And the way I did that, I just started with making sure I got a centre dot with my knife, a small, one a little bit bigger, and one a little bit bigger, and I'm 4 stages through to get up to where I am. I was going to look at taking it bigger, but I don't want to risk it breaking. Yeah, so now we're moving on to part 10, which is the turret. So let's get cracking, shall we? Right, so we start off with the gun. I want the whole of the sprue at the moment, and I want some really little pieces by the looks of it. So E13. E13. Oh, that's not a little bit. It's big enough. E13. So I've already got that. E13. E32. E31. E32. And E31. And E34. Let's try some nice little bits. See, those wasn't too bad. If it was all like that, it'd make it a lot easier. But some of the, especially on some of the other sprues, they are massive. So it's a nightmare to actually cut off. Even with a new blade. I'll finish cleaning that off in a minute. Those 2 little bits. Three. 4. Yeah, well, here in the UK today it's been blowing a gale. Some parts of the country up to 100-mile-an-hour winds. And quite honest, I can believe it. I was going round taking my little boy round to school this morning, and I was near enough. He was getting near enough blown over. His woolly hat was near enough getting blown off his head. So he had to hold on to me as tight as could be, and what have you. And then when we went round, there's a church right next to my school, kids' school. Look at that. And the tiles off the roof were blown off, so they had to close one of the. Clean this up a bit more. One of the entrances to the school. Yeah, so it's been fun, and there's been things blowing about. There's been cars, lorries, fences, signs, all getting blown over and blown off. I think even one truck driver unfortunately lost his life earlier today in a big articulated truck. So yeah, it's been quite a bit hectic, to say the least. Right. That's not a very tight fit, so I was just gonna make sure it's. Oh, there we are, that's better. I had to force it a little bit, but yeah. There we are, so that's the gun in. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the underside. So yeah, that's that sorted. Clean these little bits off. Oh, that's a bomb. There we are. See, this is why I don't do 1/72nd scale aircraft. The smallest I'll do is 1/48. In fact, all the ones I've done are 1/48. So I don't like too small parts. Because there's a chance of losing them, and as has already happened to me. Right, so let's have a look where these go. So that's that. So we'll go a bit more off that. And we'll look at gluing them on. Right, so where do they go? They go in those two bits there, which could be fun. Put them bits on last. That goes like that. So the round one goes on this side, roughly right in the centre. So, oh. There. And that one goes on that side, but I don't know how. So let me just check me. At the bottom. Yes, at the bottom. So that one goes like that on there. Near the back here. Make sure which is the bottom. Yeah, that's that way around, that's bottom. This is the only part of the build where they actually give you a few more reference pictures where everything goes, is the turret. Because everything else is shown from the perspective of the truck facing from that angle. So all these bits over this side, you're not 100% certain where they go, you've got to guesstimate. So you're looking at the instructions and all you can see is that side is looking that way with arrows going into certain holes. Like that. Set that out of the way. Like that. So some of these you've got to guess where they go, especially around this far side here. Whereas with this turret bit, they've also got 10, 11 for the turret, and then they've got this little bit, number 12 up here. It's got a few more bits to add on, but it's got all different angles and whatever, so you've basically got an idea where it goes. Right, so I've got the turret back, to come back, and let's pick up these bits. There we are, better. And just put dots of glue. A bit more glue. So it just falls off. I'm enjoying this boil, but it can be so frustrating at times. Sorry. The little parts like that you think you've got them in the right place and they go, oh no, we're going to go and fall off now. Great, thanks for that. What I've also done is some parts I don't want to put on yet. The bits that go for the aerials, the wing mirrors. And what I've done, that's what I normally do, and the track links and what have you, I ring them. So then, when I go back through, because what I do, I always, once I've built a certain part, I'll go back through. You don't see me doing it, but after I finish on video, filming it from you, I go back through and say, right, have I missed any bits? So any bits that I'm going to put on at a later date, like it there and there, I just circle so that I know myself what's got left to do. Right, so that's that bit. Can we build this bit up? Yes, we can. Right, so E14 to one side. E14, E14, 14. One bit. E5, E5. Right. Careful this bit, it's got a bar between it. E5. E7 and E6. E7. and these 6. Right, that's it fellas, I'm going to have to go for 2 minutes because the phone's going. So, see you in a minute. Right, back again, sorry about that, just my wife's mother sorting stuff out for Christmas and what have you, so we'll get back to where we were. Right, so that is all together, the gun part of it, and now we're actually onto the turret. I've took them all off the spoon, cleaned them up out, I'm just going to stick it together. So after this is done, it'd be the tank, other than a few bits and bobs sticking to the turret, will be complete. So that's that bit there. Then we just gotta, let's have a look at this. Right, so this, there are 2 little hinges, but I don't know. Let's go to the other bit and have a look at that on the back. It says to go either side. Right, that's where they go. Right. So I'm going to build this up, then I'll sit them bits on again. So that one's going. Well, let's try the side bits first. Come on. That goes on there. Oh, needs a bit more of a clean up there. Bit of this. So let's put this bit on first. I see where them bits go now. So that bit goes on there. Well, it's meant to go on there. Ah, I see. Numpty. I thought it was solid at the back. Put the glue in the wrong place. Never mind. Yeah, I've had as you can probably hear, my wife's not very well. We've had this little girl off school today as well. So they've been having a DVD and duvet day on the sofa. Little girl's got a bad sore throat and she's been really croaky. And as with little girls, you tell them not to talk. And what do they insist on doing? Talking all day long. Talking like this. Oh, it's been terrible. So we'll see what she's like tomorrow, and if she's well enough, she'll go back to school. But to be quite honest, unless she has a drastically improved day, she won't be going to school again. And hopefully she's okay by Monday. And with me, with my bad back not being able to bend down, it's been a really fun day. Woke up this morning in absolute agony. That goes in there like that, and then that fits. You're going to tell me I can't put that. Let's take that bit off again. Move it. See, this is what happens when you don't test fit things. Naughty. Right, there we are. Well, you fall off then. Show me what my wife thinks I'm going mad. I'm always talking to plastic bits. And a little bit of glue around these bits here and in there. And there. And now that bit goes somewhere there, like that. It says it's crowned right there, so that's at the back. Yeah, that looks about right. Just pull this bit off a bit, so I can get some more glue in there. We've got about there, about there, just in case it sticks, but it shouldn't do. Alright, so some more little bits to go on. E4. Let's put that there. E4, E4, E4. Gives me, are they spared or did it go somewhere else? Probably knowing this, they go somewhere else. Yes, I've seen where else they go. Well, just a 2 at the moment. So. If I try and use these, it's going to ping off, so let's see if we can get it. That's one sorted. I think up to this point, I don't think armour's hard to build, it's just fiddly. And if you don't know what you're doing, like I don't really, cause as you know, for airplanes, especially Second World War fighters, it can get quite frustrating, all the little bits and what have you. Sorry I wasn't talking much, I was just concentrating, trying to get these nice and straight. So that's all part 10 done. We'll now move on to 11. And I've got a choice here, let's have a look. So, let's got that, let's got that, let's got that. Right, so the main picture's got them ones. Let's go. Right, there's 2 choices of caps for the for the ends. pins here. So there's two choices. So I was just having a look to see which one was which. So then I'd have to make a choice because I don't even know which one I'm gonna paint yet. Let's have a look. Right, I think they're more interesting. So I'm going to put these ones on with a bit more detail onto them. Right, so the big one goes on this side, like so. Right. There's a nub inside it, which might get boxes with a pin mark just behind it, so I'm just cleaning it up a bit just to make sure it goes in there. There we are. And then that bit just slots in like that. He says. Can't get it out now. It's not gone in straight. Being awkward. I just turn that knob off. No, I've just took that knob off just because I think that's actually stopping it going in straight. Let's try and get this one in now. Oh god, still got a little bit of movement. Not much, but still got a little bit. Don't worry, I will sand this down. I've got sandpaper I'll be able to use for it. And it will be getting a coat of primer. Same as all my models. Just the Halfords cheap plastic primer. Then I'll get a blast of black. So I notice that's what a lot of you lot do. You use black paint just to give it a, what's the word I'm looking for? The highlights and lowlights and shadow and stuff like that. So that will be done as well. Right, so that's them two bits. E23 and E1. E23 and E21. One, two. Don't know what was this video. 17. Just a little bit of glue around the back here. Just got on there. If I'm honest, before it's never really bothered me about Tamiya with a thinner, Tamiya extra thin with a thinner brush, because obviously I've got that. But if I was going to do War Armour, it comes apparent now. Also, it's got a thinner brush and what have you, so it'd be easy to use. Next is the hatch. This goes on. Again, because there's no interior, dump the glue and shut it closed. Alright, so we just got the smoke canisters to put on now. Oh, and two more of them little handly type bits. Put these up to give them a quick sand down again. Come on. Now let's put the back end. Flatten it down a bit. There we go. And then the other one. Oh, I've seen that Freddie Duarte, is out of, I think he's out of hospital now. I think I said earlier, he said he was hoping to be out today. So I hope he has. He said he hasn't heard anything as yet, so just like to say, Freddie, I hope you have a quick and speedy, hopefully relatively easy recovery. Where's the one going? One goes on the top. On the top one goes there. Right, so one goes. How? I'll put this one off first. There it is. Yeah, and also, Freddie, if you do end up watching this, please take it easy. I know you said to Michael you were hoping to get back on the bench as soon as you got back. Well, we're all hoping that, yeah, we would like to see you back at your bench as soon as possible. We really would. But not if it's going to do your health any harm. So please, take it easy, mate. We'll still be here when you are back on your bench, back at the bench and what have you. All that's cool. All right, mate. Next, smoke canisters. That's right. E28, E24. 28 is 1, 2, 2 E28. We'll do one at a time, probably best. And then we'll see where these go. And then there's a few more to go on. So, 28. They go round the sides. So 28 there. And there. Bring this back side up. Right, just like that. Just like that. 20 on there. Again, clean the back side up. Excuse me. E24 goes in the middle of those two. And there's 3 more to go on. Just out there. Yep. And the other 3 all go round this other side. Right, so let's have a look. 25 on the back. All slightly different angles. So one at a time, and then it's just a side skirt spot. And I think, apart from a few odd bits I might have missed off, so I can probably later, that will be the build finished. Then I'll have a look, see if it needs filling or anything anywhere. So 25, shooting upwards. Five, 27, why have I got to do that? It says to cut it off and turn it round. Oh. I really don't want to cut it. So now I've cut it. Now let's go back on. I don't know why it's cut it, so I can mount it where it needs to be mounted. Go through the glue, it should just there we are. Yeah, reasons it wanted me to cut it is because it was mounted to go on the other side for some daft unknown reason. So I've had to cut it so I can put it in the right orientation. Just in front of, just behind that bolt. That's square, yes, that's square. Yeah. Last one. I'm sure you're getting quite bored now. Number 26. Well, this is going to be my longest one to date. So, this one just goes on that way. The wrong way round. Like that, that's better. So now, right, it says these bits are optional. Let's have a look. Oh, no, they're not going on, they will go flying. So that's a turret all finished. So we'll just let that set up a minute, and the last two bits are these two side skirts. So get it all chopped off, get it on, and then we'll have a look, see how it all looks together. Because Mark mentioned a tip that he puts when he's putting a track on, he puts the idler and the sprocket on, and then he puts on all the wheels on after that. Right. When I did this right, I'd cut it off first and double cutting it, because when it's closest run it's not very flexible, it's quite flexible. I didn't want it to snap it in the wrong places, so we'll cut them all off and then we'll cut them off with a knife. And then all it is sorting out Ariel's tracks, which I've not even looked at doing as yet. Oh, God almighty. They've got all these big lugs in the back that I'm going to have to cut off anyway. Yet they mount it on a side where it's with quite thick sprue gates that I can't get to properly to cut off. So I've got to go down at an angle, so to speak. Try and get them off. If it weren't for the sprue gates, this would be quite enjoyable build. Because they're so bloody massive. It's been a nightmare to get some of the parts off. Which, through no fault of your own, if you break a part, is very, very frustrating. I know I keep banging on about it, but I hope AFV and other manufacturers out there actually do watch our videos sometimes, so they can take notes, because obviously we're general public, the people that are building them, and when you have problems like this that could be easily fixed, if I'm honest, very easily fixed. It's annoying. Yeah, I've got to find another book when I go to bed tonight. Just finished Legend by David Gemmell. I must admit, I've read it 20 times or more, but it's still one of my favourites. And David Gemmell, sadly, though he's no longer with us, he's still one of my favourite authors. I've got every single one of his books. And I thoroughly enjoy his writing. They just flow. I've got plenty of other books. I think between myself and my wife, we've got probably a library about 150 books. And then we've got the kids' books. They probably got about 150 or whatever between the two of them. And we'll probably end up getting some more books to add to those, because you can never have too many good books. Always make a point of reading before I fall asleep. It helps relax the mind. So this hobby is meant to be relaxing, but sometimes, like then I've just cut in. Maybe normal, I can do a bit of damage there. It can get quite frustrating if you get a bad fitting kit or whatever. Like I saw on a Facebook page earlier, I think it's an Airfix Facebook, but about model making, helping PTSD sufferers and whatever. I can quite wholeheartedly agree to that. It helps me out no end with the concentration, relaxation, and whatever, because I suffer from ME as well, so this hobby of ours is fantastic for what it does. Yeah, so every one of these pin marks in here I'm going to chop off. See if I can go in close enough to cut them off without damaging anything. So, and that going there like that, and that goes on there like that. Right, so let's get gluing, shall we? Don't know where I was going with that then. I am going to have to sand some bits down on this, so if there's glue marks, there's glue marks. It's going to be, that corner's going to be difficult. And this front corner. No, I haven't got any of those big clamps that Cohen had, so I'm just going to have to do it with my hands for a minute. One side. Probably what I'll do after I've finished the video, I'll probably just get some tape and wrap some tape around it and pull it tight. In certain areas. Let's see how this one fits. Again, that should be okay. And there she is. All built and ready, waiting to paint. Tell you what, I'll take it up here, the phone up here, I'll give you a quick look at it and I will say goodnight. Alright, 2 minutes. So there we have the finished tank. Alright, so I shall say goodnight because I think I've wasted enough of your time with this, and I will see you on the next video, which will probably be with primer on, because I'm going to do some research on colours and what have you and make sure I haven't missed anything, and I will see you on my next video. So ta-ra for now, bye.